Greetings, Commanders. Apologies for a mobile format, but on the move, and this is the best I got. Frontier Developments has put out a pre-built version of Analyzed Chieftain, which is presumably intended for use in Titan space and combat against Fargate Titans. Unfortunately, that build does not work for a number of reasons. In particular, it is way too hot. It idles at over 30% heat, which means any poor commander that uses this build and gets anywhere near a Titan is going to get instantly shredded. In the spirit of responding to Frontier Development's request for community engagement, we put together a suggested alternative for a Titan space chieftain, which is intended to be beginner-friendly, so it only uses two version G5 engineerings, one of which is already on the ship, which is a thruster one, and the other one being the power plant, being lower emissions thermal spread, which, by the way, if you want to keep it at 20, make it sort of even less sort of extreme, you can put it at G3 and you're still under 20, so let's do that. And then also gives you G3 charge enhanced super conduits, power distributor, because without that, the ship really isn't that performing. So I've taken the liberty of adding that. But if you want to delete this, again, in the spirit of making it more beginner-ish, you can also delete this, and it's not going to be the end of the world, actually. For the sake of argument, let's delete it and leave it at that, since this is not going to cripple the build, unlike some of the other things. We fixed a lot of other things. We've gotten rid of the Guardian Gulls with AGF because of the power grid needs and because of the fact that they have way too little ammo to do anything useful in Titan space. We've swapped out the modern reinforcement package in the military slot for another hull reinforcement package, which is what you should do with military slots. You should not put modern reinforcement packages in military slots because those take damage last. And you should have more than one module reinforcement package anyway. We put 3 in here. We've got rid of a shield, which only does trouble for you because it makes you a bigger target, heats you up. It doesn't really protect you because phasing damage goes through it anyway, and we replaced it with a bigger cargo rack for repair limpets. We swapped the 1A for a 5D limpet controller, which repairs enormously more, and you don't need a A-rated repair limpet controller anyway because it's really meant to repair yourself, and a 1A repair limpet controller doesn't have range to repair anyone anyway, so it's completely useless. We've got rid of the research limpet controller, because a research limpet controller is not a combat module, and furthermore, most of the things you can get with a research limpet controller are corrosive. And since you don't have a corrosive cargo rack on the ship, neither did Frontier Development's build, it's kind of a bit pointless to have something that gets corrosive cargo without having the ability to carry that cargo without taking damage. So away goes the research limpet. We've kept the utility mounts exactly as it is because those are fine, and we have kept the AFMU as it is because that is fine. We've also set power priorities for you here so you understand how to use them, and this is just a much better pre-build. The Crate Mark II is still a better Titan bomber, but if you wanted to have a pre-built version of Chieftain, which by the way, we use 3 G1 long-range thermal vents because again, low engineering, start a build, you can take them up. It'll make them longer range, it'll make them more useful, but their utility is tied to the experimental thermal vent, not so much as to the overall range that they have. So this is fine. And this is it. This is a much better version of a Titan bomber that is actually usable and that is not going to get you instantly killed the moment you get next to a Titan. So Bruce, Paul, Zach, if you're interested in passing this on as a potentially better version of what I think your colleagues intended to create with a starter build of a chieftain that could get and do some damage to a Fargate Titan, this is a much better option. Of course, it's your game. You decide what you do, but you've asked for community engagement and suggestions, so here they are. Commander Meccan, over and out, and glory to mankind.